already. So the next tab, transactions and keepers. All right. So the first thing it says, observe ESPN undroppable playlist. Yes. All that means, man, is that if you draft somebody in the first round, you can't drop them until after the third week. You know, it's just a something that they put in the system that prevent people from dropping first round picks. That's all it is. Player universe. So that just means that all the players are available in the NBA. All right, acquisitions and waiver rules. So your lineup changes. See, it says daily locked individually at scheduled game time. So every day there's probably going to be a basketball game going, right? So that just means that you can change your lineup up until the game starting, which makes sense. So once the game starts, you can't move that player. So if he on your bench, you can't move him to the starting lineup. And if he already in the starting lineup, you can't move him to the bench, or you can't move him around or whatever. So once the game starts, your player is locked in whatever position that you got. All right, waivers. All right. So every week you got up to 3 times to pick a player up from free agency. That's all that means. Where it say matchup acquisition limit 3. So every week, your week start on Monday and it end on Sunday. So between Monday and Sunday, you can pick up, you can drop somebody and pick somebody up 3 times. That's all it's saying. The waiver period. So every time somebody drops somebody, they gotta be on the waiver period for 24 hours. So if I drop James Harden, which is kind of be stupid, but let's say I drop James Harden, you can't get James Harden as soon as I drop him. You got to wait 1 day to get him. So what that means is while you waiting that 1 day, you go ahead and claim him. You know what I'm saying? You put in a claim for him. So and then the waiver order is set to where every time you pick up a player, you go to the bottom. So it's 1 through 10. It's 10 people in the league. So your waiver order is going to be 1 through 10. What that means is if James Harden is available and I'm number 3 on the waiver wire, and JG is number 2 on the waiver wire, if JG wants James Harden, he gonna get him before me because he 2 and I'm 3. All the way down to 10. So if you number 10, you might as well, you know what I'm saying? You know you ain't gonna get him. Alright? But once JG get him, James Harden, he go down to number 10 and I move up to number 2. You see how that works? So every time you pick up a player, you go automatically to number 10 and everybody else move up. Alright, so trade rules. So there is no trade limit, so you can trade all the way up until the trade deadline. And the deadline, obviously, you can look at it, say Wednesday, February 22nd. So after that date, you can't trade no more. That's probably close to the playoffs anyway. All right, so the trade period. So once, say 2 days. So once you and another person accept each other trades, it's gonna take 2 days for you to actually get the players. And what that means is, why they got it like that is, why I got it like that is, it gives everybody else in the league 2 days to look at the trade and see if it's okay. So, right there where it say votes required to veto a trade, right? It takes 4 people to veto a trade. So, if me and JG accept a trade, then everybody else in the league can vote on it. But if 4 people vote that they don't like the trade, then we're gonna keep our players. But if those 2 days pass and nobody vetoed it, then the trade gonna go through. Now, of course, there was a little discussion that it should be more than that. It should be like 6 people to veto a trade or whatever. But right now I got it at 4. But if y'all want me to boost that up to 6 or 5 or whatever, I'm okay with negotiating that. And the last thing is say keepers. A lot of fantasy basketball leagues allow you to keep one player. Like let's say we play next year, and everybody play next year. It'll allow you to keep one player on your team. So next year, when you're drafting, you automatically keep one player. Let's say I got Durant. Let's say I got Durant and Curry on my team. I can keep one of those dudes for my next year team. You see what I'm saying? But the other dude will go, you know what I'm saying, in the draft and be available. So that's all that means for keepers. But we ain't doing no keepers. The CSA no, so we ain't doing no keepers.